Alright, welcome in. We've got Hera versus Yo here on the Empire Wars ladder on River Divide. So this is the map that is now in standard map rotation. I don't think I'll ever be playing this map on standard. I see this map played a lot on Wololo ladder. I don't know why. I really don't enjoy it. There's something about this map that is just fairly unappealing to me. But we've got a Spanish mirror. Of course, if it's Wololo ladder, it's going to be a mirror. Obviously, that won't be the case once, like, the regular qualifiers start, or, like, the tournament itself. So that's good, at least. But for now, it's a lot of mirrors, which kind of get old. Okay, we've got a bit of an inadvertent wolf rush here from Hera. He actually loses quite a bit of HP off that spearman trying to come across the field. Spanish is an interesting civ choice here. I wonder if either player picked this or if it was a random mirror. Maybe conks are strong here, I don't know. I don't think there's any other reason you'd necessarily pick the Spanish here. Hera's getting some nice damage in here with the spears, but Yo sacrifices the scouts in order to get the walls up, so that's probably a good trade for Yo. Just to prevent anything crazy from happening. Mark around the side as well. And Yo is doing the thing I was screaming for Doubt to do the other day. Which is wall to the side you have your transport ship on, wall out the side that you don't have the transport ship on. So I'm glad I'm not going crazy that is a good strategy to wall that way. Because Doubt was just walling like straight across, and then you can just transport around. Hera not walling at all yet, really. Getting some preliminary buildings up that can be used as a wall, but he's got the pressure forward right now, so he doesn't have to worry about that too much just yet. And Castle Age on the way for Hera. Yo will not be too far behind, but he is behind. Neither player wants to sell their stone here. Hera actually going heavy onto stone, even getting stone mining. So it is going to be a castle for Hera. Conquistadors behind. I think that's probably the correct play. What is happening here? He's having a good time, whatever it is. He's ready to go. He's ready to transport some people, for sure. Castle Age on the way for Yo, but Hera is just about a minute in front of him. So timing here is going to be really nice. Yo does also transition onto stone, so how do you counter conquistadors? Well, maybe conquistadors are the counter as well. Stone walling the front of his base here is Yo interesting. I mean, I guess you probably don't come forward for the first castle, right? Hera's gonna make the first one like back here somewhere. But Hera has full map control, so he could be forward pretty quickly. Yo's looking around. What did this deer ever do to you? Rude. Sniping down the deer before Hera even comes out here. Not nice. Castle Age is in for Hera. Hera's making a fire galley? Hera made a dock in this river and is making a fire galley to snipe the transport ship from Yo. I mean, I guess that's one way you can do it. If you don't want to wall out your map, you can just snipe your enemy's transport ship. Alright, castle at home for Hera. It's even more defensive than I was guessing. And Yo... Where does Yo go for this castle? Right there, okay. Okay, fire galley's out, so this transport ship's days are numbered. You ever make a transport ship on this side now? You already have the dock, right? And suddenly your opponent walled to maybe the wrong side after all. If you make a transport ship here, you can transport your conchs in. I mean, if Hera comes over here and sees that everything is house and stone walled into Yo's base, I don't hate that idea. Do it, Hera. Go for the transport ship. It'd be so good. Unironically, I think it's a good play. Eco looking pretty good here for Yo. The farming eco is really nice. 19 farms for Yo. It's only 10, now 9 for Hera. Quite a difference. As Hera's going to go for a TC. Both players are sending their conchs over here, though. What was that? You weren't even trying to shoot those villagers' conchs, I swear. That was like way out here those bullets went. Armor coming in for Hera. Yo already has that. Hera's ahead though. 7 conchs to 4. That faster castle age timing. Doing a lot of work there. Yo's going to try and come out here. He can't transport over anymore. He has to walk, and Hera finds it with the fire galley. So now Hera can send scouts, conchs, whatever, and maybe deny a TC in return. Maybe not. Spanish builders. Imagine a transport ship here. I guess with the conchs from Yo right here, it's not viable, but I still really would like to see it. Just look at all this eco. All this would be dead. Couple conchs transported in, and suddenly Yo's in shambles. You never know how these conch wars are going to go, because the accuracy is so bad. Like, one player could randomly hit all of their shots, and the other could miss all of them. Multiple times in one fight. So it's always a little bit of an RNG moment there. Monks behind to heal up the conchs. There goes for the second TC. It's also defensive. Another pretty defensive castle there. I'm surprised he didn't at least put it over here to cover the TC. There's conchs coming back in. It's very difficult to notice them immediately, right? So usually you're going to find at least one villager kill each time you run in. Goes bringing back his first relic. Conch numbers are not too dissimilar anymore. Very even game, honestly. Both players are even economically now. Conch numbers are fairly similar now. Wheelbarrow on the way for Yo. But counter raid damage can come in here against Hera. That's 1, 2... Yeah, okay, 2 is nice. About as good as it's gonna get against a player like Hera. Not a fight Hera wants to take underneath the castle, for sure. Nice split. Nice snipe. This TC for Hera is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, Hera. That was really unfortunate timing. That was very unfortunate timing. Couple more vills down. Eco KD is in Yo's favor fairly heavily now. Hera was faster to the TCs though. So that's why he's still ahead a little bit. Ooh, this could be bad for Yo. This could be really bad. We're trapped back here. It's a surround. It's a trap. Get out of here. I think this is a big clear up for Hera, or at least it should be. Yeah. Scouts go down for Hera finally. Maybe can snipe this monk and be annoying, but all those conks go down. But, ooh, at the same time, Hera loses 7 villagers on these farms while he's being a little micro nerd at the front. It's big damage in the back for Yo. That is one thing. Hera obviously has better micro compared to Yo, but Yo knows how to spend his micro, right? He took a terrible fight here. He wasn't even looking at this. But Hera was looking at that. He was not looking back here. So yes, Yo lost quite a few conks, but that better or worse than losing 10 villagers? I don't know. Yo is on triple castle, so his production should be better than Hera's. In a vacuum. This is another clear up though. Yo's trapped again. There are just so many conks here for Hera. Ooh boy, I don't know. 14 to 23 conks, and Hera's going to be able to click up to 2 imp here. Obviously, taking the better fights against the conks means he hasn't had to invest nearly as much food and gold into his army. Yo's trying to produce through it, which is really delaying his next stage a lot. Another TC back here for Yo. So he's going to be up to 3 as more conks arrive to harass Hera's TC back here. This has been a death zone for Hera in the back of his base. Taking another pretty good fight at the front, though. I think Imperial Age is going to maybe win this one for Hera. Yo, just passing. That could have been a couple of easy snipes, but it's fine. Hera losing some HP to this castle is unfortunate, but monks also going down. Monks are going to run back in for Yo, so Hera's going to lose more villagers here trying to get back to the TC. 3 vills down. Yo does have the villager lead, but only a minute and 20 seconds away from Imp is Hera. And I think his eco is good enough. Losing more villagers over here. And Hera should be able to find another pretty decent clear up in the back of his base here. Yeah, villager snipes are good, but I think trading off on the military has just been too bad for Yo here. The trades have been too bad to come back from, maybe. Losing conks to this TC is also sloppy. Bringing monks and conks over here. Imperial Age for Hera. Yo's not close. Yo is not close at all. More monasteries. Okay, we're conking and donking. We are conking and donking here, folks. Hera going into the missionaries in Imp. That's the first thing he goes for is missionaries, okay. We definitely need to get the eco sorted back here for Hera, though. Idle eco has also been quite a bit worse for Hera, so but Res Collected isn't that ahead for Yo. Kind of surprising. And And it seems like Yo feels like he's forced to just produce through this. Instead of trying to rush Imp, he's just trying to get more and more conks on the field. Maybe he can start taking some good fights now that the numbers are more in his favor. He's going to run back in here. But Hera's going to find another nice clear up on these 7 conks. Block printing coming in. More villagers dying. 29-2 eco KD is pretty extreme. Yeah, Hera needs another castle over here. Just to lock down this area of the map a little bit. I think with the conks here, this should be fine. How? Literally all 27 of those conks missed that villager there with that first shot. That's crazy. Not a single shot landed. That's bonkers. Sanctity, Fervor, Illumination, getting the second armor for the conks as well, is Hera. We don't have Inquisition yet. That's a big upgrade. Hera also has another castle in the bank. I don't know where he's going to want that. Yo clears up a couple more villagers there. Also, this is going to be Yo's 4th relic if he can get it back home. That's pretty nice. Hera's going to go for a castle there. Try to lock down this gold. That is Inquisition. Theocracy also on the way in. So these donkeys are going to be extremely strong here very shortly. It's Yo's turn to probably get a pretty good engagement here against the conks. He's got so many conks. Hera's numbers are waning a bit. But the donkeys show themselves. Inquisition is in, so it takes a very, very short time to get these conversions in. Imperial Age is coming in for Yo. Res Collected is fairly solidly in Yo's favor now. And Hera hasn't really done that much damage with the faster Imperial Age yet. He's kind of spent the whole of Imp so far just teching into monks. Or conks. Or, sorry, donks, as the case may be. Donks trying to get conversions. They do get 1, 2, 3, 4... which is pretty good, but numbers are still in Yo's favor Conquistador-wise. Yo's switching into Elite Skirm as well behind this, which should do pretty good against both the conks and the donks. Hera loses a Vil there, deletes her actually. Heresy is not in yet, but who needs Heresy when you can just press delete, right? Imperial Age for Yo. Chemistry gets clicked immediately. Also the last armor for the conks. Skirms are being produced. Yo's going to start repairing this castle. Only a couple of trebs here, so he can repair just fine for now. He's got a lot of stone. More villagers going down here in the back. The raids have been really good for Yo. It's now 40-2 eco KD in Yo's favor. Inscription coming in. Farms being sniped down is nice. Hera's trying for another engagement here, but the numbers are in Yo's favor, technically. The positioning is not, though. There's not a lot of space for Yo to maneuver in here. Supremacy for Yo. Interesting. Also, this is a terrible fight for Yo. He's only fighting with half of his army. That's unfortunate for him. We've got some skirm on skirm action here. Here comes Yo. Supremacy is in. These villagers are strong. Heading out, Coco. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Hopefully we had some fun games for you. I probably won't be hanging out, be here much longer. I might head out after this game as well. Always good to see some Supremacy Vills in action, though. 2 Trebs go down. This one might follow. The Conks are trying to chase the Vills down. They're trying to repair. Oh, it goes down. That last punch. The final haymaker was swung. And the trebuchet crumbles. Alright, Hera actually has a lot of conks now. Hera kind of switched back into Conquistador production, whereas Yo's kind of stalled it out in favor of skirmishers instead. Bracer is in for those skirms, so Hera's going to have to switch into Hussar here probably. Which you don't have to tell Hera twice to switch into Hussar, right? But it's going to take a little bit of time, so maybe Yo can find some good... Look at these shots. That's so gross. Yo could take a couple good fights here with the skirms before the Hussar can get out. Elite Conquistador coming in for Hera. Wow. You don't see that very often. He's going to lose a castle here, though, which is not ideal. I guess he has 2 more over here, so not the end of the world. But every castle is a production building, right? Donks converting, but the skirms coming in. Sniping down these donks. Probably would have been trading against the Conquistadors here if he knew Elite was about to hit for Hera, but Elite gives more HP, a little more... No, it's not more attack, actually. More HP... Is it only more HP? 1 more Pierce Armor? More HP, 1 more Pierce Armor. And, oh yeah, 2 more attack it is. So it's not the worst upgrade in the world, but... Light Cav coming in. Conks diving on the trebuchets. Hera's losing his conk mass to do this, but it's probably worth it for him. His mass is going down real fast, though, against the skirmishers, especially. Really carving out a lot of his number there. Light Cav just getting rinsed by the conks from Yo. As they trickle in. Another castle forward here from Yo. He's trying to force the issue. The donks are converting. Does Yo even have... Okay, Yo got Devotion, but not Faith. I think Faith is worthwhile here, even against Inquisition. Probably worth it. We're up to 67 farmers for Hera. It's a lot to spam out Hussar or Light Cav, whatever the case may be. Elite Conk for Yo now. Interesting. Wasn't sure if he'd stay on Conquistador or not. Yeah, these Light Cav are not where they want to be. Although I guess if the Conks can't hit anything. Light Cav. They want to take the fight against the skirms, maybe not underneath the castle though. +3 armor is now in. Or +4 armor, sorry. And Hussar is now in, and Forging is on the way. This is a big ol' army, though, for Yo. If Yo can micro skirms against Conks and Donks, and then the Conquistadors against the Hussar, still could be a pretty good fight for him. There's a lot of Donks behind this still for Hera. Underneath the castle is a rough engagement, though. Yo obviously has Bracer and everything else, like full upgrades for the castle offensively. Off the back of his skirmisher switch. Yo is going to start switching into cavalry as well. Heresy coming in for Yo, okay. Also guilds. Heresy is so expensive, but I guess if your opponent's this heavy into the donkeys, it's probably worth it, right? I don't know, this is what Hera lives for, right? When he can just spam out the Hussar. That's a pretty good position for him. Trebs are going to start setting up here. This is another castle that could fall for Hera. He's going to delete the walls, charge out with the Hussar as the conks from Yo are maybe a little out of position. And yes, they are. One Treb goes down. I don't think this one will follow, at least not immediately. Yeah, that Treb stays standing. You can set up and start hammering away at the castle. Hoarding's on the way for Hera. That would have been a good upgrade earlier. He's already lost a couple castles, so that's a little rough. But better late than never. I guess he's been producing out of the castles too, so it's hard to find the right timing to get those upgrades sometimes. Second wave of Hussar run in. Treb goes down. Hera still taking losses on these conks from the skirms, though. The eco is really good for Yo behind this, right? So he can spam out these skirms all day. Light cav coming in. We're almost fully teched into it for Yo now. Hera gets Blast Furnace. That's the last upgrade he needs for his Hussar. Hera doesn't have stone. There might not be stone left on the entire map. Oh, there is over here. Does Hera know about this? He does. Okay. So there is stone still left, just not in Hera's coffers right now. I think there's just enough Hussar here. Treb goes down. Skirms are picking away at the conks, but there's just so many Hussar. Castle is also doing good damage here. Yo still has some conks available. Conk numbers are really lessening here for Hera. But who needs conks when you have Hussar, right? Only 9 conks, only 3 donks. Very few conks or donks for Hera, but it might be enough anyway. He's doing good damage against the Conquistadors from Yo. I don't know if it's enough, though. Yo has really done the surround on this trebuchet, so there's no way Hera can run in there and snipe it. And Hera's using the last of his stone to repair this castle as long as he can. He's still producing Conquistadors. He's out of stone, though. He deletes the monastery there so he can path around a little bit better. This castle, he's buying stone for not the worst price in the world, but it is still expensive. And he has no gold either. I think Yo maybe has done this. No gold, no stone for Hera. It's just full Hussar. He's going to try and dive on this trebuchet one more time. He buys another round of stone. The price is getting pretty up there. The positioning from Yo is so good around this trebuchet. It's so good. Hera just can't get in there to snipe it down. Conk numbers are getting pretty low for Yo at the same time, though. He's lost a lot of them trying to keep this trebuchet up. Hera sells to buy. It's too late. The castle goes down. But military numbers are looking pretty good here for Hera. He can snipe down the Treb now. Obviously, it's a little late, but Yo is fully teched into light cav. He does not have the Hussar upgrade yet, though. This is a crazy game on River Divide. I don't remember the last time I saw... Like, I just talked about how little I like this map, but this game has been great. And with this forward positioning broken, at least temporarily, Hera can now send Hussar, flood them into Yo's eco. Yo getting skirms out, trying to get light cav out. 73 on food for Yo. It's 104 on food for Hera. That's crazy. That's nuts. He also found the stone back here, maybe a little bit later than he would have liked to after he just spent like 600 or 700 gold buying it. No gold. Keep in mind, Yo has 4 relics of his own. There's still this one out here to take. There's still this one out here to take. There's a lot of relics on this map, but Hera only has 1. He has no gold left to take anywhere. He's selling back the stone. Oof. He's selling back the stone. He's selling huge amounts of food here to afford supremacy. That's helpful if you've got raids coming into your eco for sure. Tons of food for Hera, but that's all he's got. I guess that's all you need if you're only flooding Hussar. Supremacy comes in, so the Hussar take quite a while to kill these villagers now. But this is a lot of farming space being disrupted for Hera. He is pushing back on this side with a Treb, but there's nothing to protect this Treb. Yo's just going to run over here with 5 Hussar and snipe this down for free. It's a little sloppy from Hera. That's a very expensive unit at Trebuchet now that he has no gold. And now you have to start asking yourself questions as Hera, like, how do I win this game? How do I ever push back all of these castles when I have no gold, right? Starts to get a little complicated. And Hera can't replace these conks. Yo can. Kind of. Yo kind of can replace these conks. But numbers overwhelming here for Hera. He's just got so many Hussar. This is his last Conquistador standing. He's getting Bracer now for, I guess, just his castles. And now Yo says, you know what, that raiding idea you had in the side there sounds like a pretty good idea. And this is a lot of farming eco back here for Hera. It's a lot of farming eco back there for Hera. Ballistics coming in. Oh, this Trebuchet is working away on the castles as well. Hera can't afford these castles to fall. I think he has enough here to protect it this time, though. Elite Skirm. Now Hera needs Elite Skirm, I guess. As Yo starts to tech into Halb, which goes very hard if your opponent's just in Hussar. Maybe that's why Hera's teching into Skirm, because he knows if he's only on Hussar, it's an easy tech switch into Halb for Yo. This relic was taken by Yo, so he's up to 5 relics. There's still this one to take over here. Chemistry was not even in for Hera? Whoa, okay. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, these pikes are going hard. They're Halb now. This has been a crazy game, but how does Hera win this down 5-1 relics from this position now? His main base is wide open. There's only one castle down in the corner now. So Yo can just stream Hussar back here forever. Yo can make Conquistadors still. Yo can make Siege still. He's even taking this gold from Hera right at the front of his base. Rude. That's emotional damage right there if I ever have seen it. There's barely any gold here. Supremacy Vills also can kind of just fight the Hussar as they come in. Siege Workshops getting dropped behind here for Yo. The conks are such a big boon here for Yo. They're doing so much work in here. And military numbers are not looking good, and Hera calls the GG. That was a wild River Divide game. Really, really good game. I'm glad I ducked into this one. That was a crazy game.